Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. And well, we are back towards our roots. We are back with our Barca videos, and I think it's been quite a long time since we discussed something related to Barcelona. And yeah, it wasn't fair because you shouldn't forget your roots. But anyway, we are back again, and we are back again with a bang. Barcelona is on the top of the table with 3 points clear off with Real Madrid after that hard-fought victory against Atletico Madrid, which was sure Atletico Madrid was a better side in this game, but still Barcelona managed to secure those 3 golden points which were much needed in this title race. Well, talking about the game, well, of course, it was a tricky visit for Barcelona at Wanda Metropolitano. I mean, it was Simeone's side who was actually dominating the game, who had better chances. If you look at their XG, Atletico Madrid had XG around 1.67 and Barcelona had around 0.84, which is certainly a rare sight whenever these two teams have met in the past, but today it was actually opposite. Atletico played far more attractive football and Barcelona was just defending with their lives. But it's alright, I mean the 1-0 victory isn't the convincing one, but still, if you ask me, this victory came at a very right time for Barcelona and Xavi. Because, it's a league race, it's a title race, and you are not gonna get to dominate in every game. And that's why in some games you need to figure out how to get the win, how to suffer. And Barcelona exactly did all of these things today. They suffered, they defended with their lives, and of course it wasn't a convincing win, but for sure it will do wonders to players' confidence. And also it made more entertaining when Ferran and Xavi started wrestling in the middle of the game. Anyway, credit to Xavi, who was spot on in using new formations, slightly changing the things, which is the sign of adapting to our opponent, and that's why he gone with a 4-4-2 formation. And he actually used this formation last season against Atletico itself, where Gavi played as a false left winger. But in this game, the setup was a little bit different. On the paper, it was 4-4-2, but during the build-up or with the ball, the setup was kind of 3-2-5, where Pedri and Gavi were occupying those half spaces, forming a square in the midfield along with the double pivot of Frenkie de Jong and Sergio Busquets, which gave them a numerical superiority in the middle of the park. Pedri and Gavi occupying those half spaces, their third man runs were kind of getting, difficult to predict for Atletico Madrid at the start of the game. But anyway, on the flanks from left, it was Balde who was holding that width and joining the attack, and from right, it was Dembele. From front, it was Ansu Fati who was leading the line, and that's why with him, it kind of gave them a numerical superiority over Atletico Madrid's backline. A 4v5 situation was kind of forming. But in this setup, what was more important is that Pedri was playing near towards the goal, playing in those half spaces where he can thrive up, where he can show his quality, and that's what happened. That's how the goal came. It was Pedri who received the ball in that left half space, and then he carried it into the box and then passes it to Gavi, who for sure bodied Renildo. And then he did well to hold the ball and find Dembele on his right. And fair enough, it was a great finish from Dembele to put Barcelona ahead. And also there is an interesting story behind this goal. Like for Barcelona, this goal was their first goal since 2019 at Wanda Metropolitano. And the last goal was scored by none other than Lionel Messi. So of course it took Barcelona 3 years to score at Wanda Metropolitano. But anyway, coming back to the game, in those first 20 or 30 minutes, it was Barcelona of course who was dominating the game. And the main reason for that, it was Atletico Madrid, because they were the one who were allowing them to do so. Because Atletico Madrid usually sat in their low block. But as soon as they started pressing higher upon the pitch, that's where they started choking Barcelona. At first, Griezmann and Felix did not press these centre-backs of Barcelona and were covering De Jong and Busquets. So it was easy for Barcelona centre-backs, especially Christensen, to get forward, to carry the ball forward and circulate. But as soon as they started pressing higher upon the pitch by using 1 or 2 more players up front, they got back in the game. And maybe it was new system or new formation for Barcelona, the reason behind why they looked so sloppy or they struggled. But yeah, to be fair, you cannot take anything away from Atletico Madrid because they were the better side. But anyway, I don't know why I'm actually thinking like this. This might be the Barcelona's best game from this season. Of course, it wasn't that attractive. Of course, we didn't score that much of goals. But if you know, in my previous video, I always talked about how Barcelona struggles to suffer in the games and struggles to finish the game up. But in today's game, they suffered. They suffered a lot, but they also made sure to finish the game. They also made sure no one goes through them, no one scores. And that's why we got to see one of the best defensive display from Barcelona in recent years. The trio of Araujo, Koundé and Christensen is just perfect, and especially Araujo, who is the most important player of the squad. That last goal line clearance, that backheel clearance of Griezmann, man, come on, are you kidding me? Christensen on the other hand is just superb when it comes down to anticipating those passes, those through balls. His interceptions were quite vital, his positioning was quite vital, and surely alongside Lewandowski, he might just be our best signing from this summer. You get it right, Christensen's deal is an absolute bargain. I mean, we just got him for €0. On the other hand, the other guy from this trio, Kunde, who even though is playing out of his natural position, but still his defensively is quite good and provides great protection from those wide areas. Anyway, it was kind of a game where Barcelona had to show their character, which they did. They did exactly the same thing that Gavi always do whenever he's on the pitch. I mean, talking about this guy, Gavi, like, you know, with that character, if you add some extra elite footballing quality into a person, you will get Gavi. And Gavi exactly that kind of player which every team needs in their midfield. He's so versatile, he's so hardworking. Like at first when Frenkie de Jong was on the pitch, he was playing in those half spaces, occupying those half spaces as Frenkie de Jong was playing as a double pivot. And to be honest, talking about Frenkie de Jong, I mean, he looked a little bit sloppy in this game. But anyway, once he got subbed off and KCA was brought in place for him, Gavi was the one who dropped deep and played as a double pivot with Sergio Busquets, and KC was playing in Gavi's position into occupying those half spaces, or more to say as a second striker. And when Gavi started playing in those deeper positions, he started to bring that better control over the game. But still, I think Atletico Madrid had found how to, hurt the backline of Barcelona. Like, when Griezmann and Felix were dropping, they were always looking for their wing backs, especially Marcus Llorente, who were using his pace and physicality to release him. And that made things more difficult for Barcelona. But kudos to Balde, I mean, he did well. He did quite well against such a physical player like Llorente. I mean, in short, what I wanna say is that we got a backline, a reliable backline that will at least work for next 5 or 6 years. Because all of them, including Marc-Andre ter Stegen, all are very rock solid, as this is the defense who considered least goals in Europe's top 5 league. Anyway, with this victory, Barca goes on the top of the table and Atletico Madrid are on the 5th spot with just 1 point away from their Champions League position. But still, from what I'm seeing is right now, like their title hopes are finished because the point difference between Barcelona and Atletico Madrid is around 11 points. So of course, the most important thing for them is to qualify for the Champions. And on the other hand, as usual, the title race is between Barcelona and Real Madrid. Anyway, moving on to other league in FA Cup, Chelsea was thrashed by Manchester City. I don't know what kind of magic is that of Potter. I mean, if you look at their pressing, it just feels like some wild animals are running here and there on the pitch. There is not at all any structure to their off-the-ball shape. And that's why Potter needs to sort this thing quickly, because if they keep playing like this, they'll lose the Champions League spot. They already are on the 10th position in Premier League. And if they keep playing like this, I mean, I don't know. They'll finish even below 10th position. So that's all from me. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Let me know your thoughts about Barcelona's victory, Barcelona's performance in this game. Let me know it all in the comments down below. And as usual, I'll meet you soon with another new video. But before going, do make sure to like and share this video and subscribe the channel. And now, as usual, I'll meet you soon with another new video. Until that time, as usual, enjoy the game.